What is going on, YouTube?
Greetings, O Earthlings.
I'm Travis.
I'm Johnny Work.
And we're It's a Work.
Welcome back.
Yeah, it's been a little bit. It feels like it's been a little bit.
It's not been that long. It's
A week.
been a week.
A week's a long time.
A long time for you to not be champion still.
It's a long time in the wrestling world, and there's been a lot going on. We had Raw and SmackDown this week, but even, maybe more importantly, we had one of the biggest game-changing events in professional wrestling take place Saturday, which was All In. It was pretty intense, and we'll talk about that a little later. But before we get into today's show, I do want to remind you guys that we actually have It's a Work t-shirts available on Amazon.com.
We do.
They are lovely t-shirts, 2 different designs, and you can purchase them in the link in the description. And before we get started, I do want to throw something out there. We actually have a special friend of the show who is celebrating a birthday today. So happy 9th birthday to Josiah.
Happy birthday, man.
Yeah, thank you for watching. Thanks to your mom for allowing you to watch, because we're not the most wholesome individuals out there, but
We'll try better.
Yeah, we'll do better for the kids.
And we'll do a great video right now for your birthday. Make sure you have your mom pick you up an It's a Work t-shirt for your birthday.
Yeah, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. Nice. Nice.
You know what else is coming up, Travis?
No?
Your punishment. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow we will be filming Travis's punishment for losing the last predictions, and I will be unloading a paintball gun on Travis.
Yeah, your finger's awfully close to the trigger with the barrel pointed at me. That's uncomfortable.
It's going to be even closer tomorrow.
Great.
So, with all that being said, why don't we get into it, Travis?
Okay. Let's talk wrestling.
So, Travis.
Yes, John.
Why don't we do things a little differently this week?
That sounds great.
So we're going to switch things up. Typically, we would talk about Raw, then SmackDown. We talk in chronological order, typically. This week, we're going to do it totally differently. Let's talk SmackDown first, because Raw was where it's at.
Yeah. SmackDown wasn't a whole lot. Raw had everything going on. But SmackDown, let's really just hit the bread and butter of it, because that's all that's really important.
Carmella.
It seems like Carmella's making a face turn. We found out she's going to be in the mixed match challenge.
Yep, season 2.
Up, season 2, tag teaming with R-Truth, the man who's been trying to get a match with her to get a title shot.
Bizarre, but she was in R-Truth's corner tonight when R-Truth took on none other than The Miz in the main event of SmackDown Live.
Yep.
Talk about weird happenings.
Yeah, that happened. 2018 is a weird year for wrestling, man. I've got my cat running around here.
You know what's even weirder?
My cat?
The Miz lost to R-Truth.
Yeah, he did. He lost. I mean, it was like a roll-up thing. It was because of a distraction from Daniel Bryan. But that doesn't matter. The record books will show that The Miz lost to R-Truth in 2018.
Oh my. What a surprising turn of events.
Yeah, interesting. But it does look like Carmella is making a face turn. She was singing R-Truth's theme song with him and agreed to be in his corner tonight. So we'll kind of see how that pans out.
Keep an eye on my girl and see if she turns to the bright side.
Yeah, if it'll benefit her or not, we'll have to see. She's a great heel, so we'll see what happens. But other than that, the only things really, we had another triple threat tag team match where we had Sanity taking on the Usos, taking on Aiden English and Rusev Day. Yeah, surprisingly, not surprisingly,
Sanity lost again.
Yeah.
And Rusev Day won. And they will go on next week to face The Bar. And the winner of that will go on to face The New Day at Hell in a Cell for the Tag Team Championships.
Yeah. I really wish that when we did that, I could use this hand.
Yeah?
Because this one's got the goofy
sorry.
finger.
That would be weird. It doesn't work that way.
I know it doesn't, but I know it doesn't. No. It's weird. Yeah.
But yeah, that's about all that happened on SmackDown. You have the continuation of AJ Styles and Samoa Joe, Wendy.
Yeah, Becky Lynch and Charlotte via satellite or something. We're doing a little thing. It's just kind of continuing from where they left off. Nothing game-changing happened, except for really what we mentioned. That's all that's...
Oh, The Miz has a new Miz-Taraj.
Oh, yeah.
Andrade Cien Almas and Zelina Vega are the new Miz-Taraj.
Yeah, Miz-Taraj 2.0, I guess. That's weird.
So that's about everything that I have to talk about from SmackDown Live. Not a whole lot going on in that department, so.
Nope. Yeah, so moving back to Monday Night Raw.
To more exciting things.
Yes, absolutely more exciting things.
Wow. What a Monday Night Raw it was.
Yeah, it was intense. I mean, the night started out with The Shield getting arrested. Mm-hmm. Arrested.
Little old school throwback to Stone Cold Steve Austin
thing.
thing.
A little attitude era thing. I think that's what they're kind of trying to do with Roman, is making him an anti-hero as opposed to making him a heel or a babyface. They're going to try that anti-hero thing, which I don't think is really going to work with Reigns the way they want it to.
I think they've realized that the only way to get Roman over is with the Shield.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, I mean,
if you want him to get
sort of working. It's sort of working. I mean, well, people are cheering for the Shield.
Right, but that's the thing.
People are still cheering for Braun Strowman even after he turned heel last week.
They absolutely are. And Braun Strowman's got himself a little pack there with Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre,
who are supposed to be top heels.
Yeah, and that's very, very dangerous. I mean, as a trio, they are dangerous.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so.
And we saw that this week when the Revival was supposed to take on the B team for the Tag Team Championships, but that did not happen.
It did not, because Drew McIntyre, well, Constable Corbin, acting general manager, Baron Corbin, was saying about, you know, how they wanted. That's what they said. Dolph and Drew said they wanted a tag team title shot, and Corbin was like, "Well, the Revival's up for that, but if something happens, I can make other arrangements."
Yeah, it was more like they said, "Well, what if the Revival wasn't cleared to compete?"
Right. Again, another kind of throwback, another old school-ish heel tactic to get their way. And they beat up the Revival backstage, left them unable to compete in the match, and took their spot for the Raw Tag Team titles. And guess what? They won.
We have new Tag Team Champions on Raw.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre. It's weird because, like, I mean, I'm kind of disappointed. Not disappointed in them, but I'm disappointed because I wanted to see how the Revival would do. I wanted the Revival to kind of get that push, and now I don't know where that leaves them.
I think they're at a point right now that they could turn Revival face if they want to and include them in the tag team hunt.
I guess.
For the titles, because Revival's been attacked by the heels. Yeah. Now they can turn them into baby faces where people are behind them. Here's my biggest thing about this whole storyline situation, and I wanted to bring this up to you.
Please.
Anyway, so you've got the Shield, right?
Right.
And Dean Ambrose doesn't have a title.
Correct.
Seth Rollins has the Intercontinental title.
Correct.
Right? Roman Reigns, Universal Champion.
Correct.
Okay. Now you have
the absolute other side of the coin.
Now you have Braun Strowman.
Right, no title.
No title. And then you have Ziggy Mac with the tag titles. So now, in one storyline here, because these two teams are feuding with each other, you have all of the titles on Raw tied up in one storyline.
That's absolutely true.
I feel like that's tough because, I mean, we've seen this kind of thing before in the past with factions.
Especially with the Shield.
Which is cool.
And Evolution and so on.
Yeah, so I guess it's paint by numbers that it's been done before, but at the same time, I feel like give a little more love to the rest of the roster so we can split up
I can agree with
the title picture. Because now, if you have these, you know, a 3-on-3 match, or when Survivor Series comes 5-on-5 or 6-on-6 or whatever the hell they plan to do, all the gold is wrapped up in one storyline, which makes all the other storylines on Raw feel less important.
I totally agree. I didn't even think about that. That's actually a really good point. The thing that's, all right, with that, it's especially, like, even more weird because there's so much talent on Raw.
Right.
There's so much top talent on Raw. And don't get me wrong, a lot of the guys who are in that storyline are that top talent. But you still have guys like Kevin Owens, who did not quit. He returned last night. On Raw, or whenever, Monday night on Raw. And who the hell did he even attack? What's his balls? Bobby Lashley, Robo Bob.
Yep.
And but again, you know, guys like Kevin Owens, who he's kind of just left in the dust now to have a throwaway feud. Guys like Finn Balor, who's still going at it with Corbin, which is long overdue to be killed off.
It begs the question, what are they going to do at Hell in a Cell? Are they going to have Dolph Ziggler and Seth Rollins again? Or are they going to move Ziggy Mac into a different tag team program like with the Revival? Because they're going to be pissed off.
I don't think they'll do it for Hell in a Cell.
I mean, but making you interested
agree,
because
I
I
agree.
want to know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And so that's compelling TV. This was the first time in a long time that I felt compelled to continue tuning into the show next week.
It's not, seriously, guys, if you are watching this and not watching Raw or did not watch Raw, watch the show. It was really good. I mean, it was like they were trying to keep fans interested with All In happening over the weekend.
Yeah, and I mean, we've been watching wrestling for, God, all our lives, pretty much. So, if this managed to get me invested, this night made me jump off my couch when I was watching Raw and literally jump out of my seat and yell out to my wife because I was that excited about Raw again.
Yeah.
So,
no, I agree. So we can go into that.
Yeah. So, Travis, who are my two favorite wrestlers of all time?
Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker.
Right. What did we see on Monday Night Raw?
Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker.
In the same ring.
In the same ring. Now, we knew Shawn was going to be there. They had advertised that.
Yeah.
To hype up the Super Showdown in Melbourne, Australia.
Melbourne, Australia.
As Triple H would
That's
like to
right,
say.
Melbourne, Australia.
Melbourne, Australia. Damn, he's going to have me say it. But we didn't expect The Undertaker to be there. And
no.
Yeah, it completely blew me away. I'm all giddy and blushy and smiley talking about it because it's like super exciting. The Undertaker is that iconic character, and he's so
iconic.
He's so like he's like a mythical being. You know what I mean? Like you believe that he's real. Yeah,
iconic.
Nice. Like you believe it because you've seen him in the past and you know he exists, but it's very few and far between that you see him anymore. I mean, this year a little bit more often than others, but
right.
Man, nobody expected to see him on Raw.
No, I don't think so. And if you thought you were going to see The Undertaker on Raw, you're lying.
You are absolutely lying.
You're lying. Nobody expected it. There was no spoilers online, and in this day of spoilers and all that, there was nothing that came out before Raw that told me that this was going to happen, and I loved it.
Even on commentary, it was one of those things where I don't know if it was Michael Cole or Corey Graves, but one of them had said, like, no one in this arena knew that this was happening. I don't think anyone in the world knew this was happening. And I really believe that there were very few people who knew it was happening.
I mean, you heard Corey Graves and Renee Young both go, no way, when the gong hit.
Yeah.
I did the same thing.
They may have not known.
I did the same thing. It was just an incredible moment. I mean, so you had Shawn Michaels come out to the ring. And Shawn Michaels was hyping up the match saying, you know, you've got a lot of people out there saying that The Undertaker's going to win in Australia, and if his streak was still intact, I'd agree with you. However, the streak's been broken. This time, just as Stone Cold said, Triple H takes it. And
pretty much right after Undertaker's music hit, where the lights went out, the gong hit, he made his way down to the ring in typical Undertaker fashion, and he had kind of just told Shawn in a delicate way that only The Undertaker can, is that he's wrong. He has put him down in the past. He has put Triple H down in the past, and he's going to do it again.
And he also said that he took the one thing that mattered the most from Shawn, which was his career. And then Shawn pretty much said, yeah, and I have stayed retired all this time out of respect.
The fans,
out of respect for the fans, out of the respect for everything, and especially out of respect for you.
Right, for you, The Undertaker. And the fans started chanting, one more match. And Shawn made it very clear that he was like, look, I hear this every time I'm in an arena. Every time I see a fan, I hear this chant of one more match. And I don't do it, despite the opportunity to make millions of dollars, which I'm sure is true.
Yeah.
As weird as that is. For like a 10-minute performance, millions of dollars. But he's like, I don't do it out of respect.
And The Undertaker responded,
do you really not do it out of respect? Or is it out of fear?
That's pretty good.
Thanks.
That's pretty good.
Practicing.
Yeah.
So,
all night.
And I was like, and I jumped off of my couch at that point, and I was like a giddy little schoolgirl. I was like, oh damn, he just said that.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like it might be just like a nostalgia thing because we're from that era, but it was, to us, it was mind blowing. And I mean, it was seriously, it gave me chills, gave me goosebumps. It made me forget that I was watching wrestling. Mm-hmm. I mean, there was no wrestling involved, so that's not hard to do. But just the thought of what those two have done in the past and the history with Taker and Shawn and Taker and Triple H.
And what they could possibly do in the future. My thoughts right now, and I'm sure a lot of people are saying this, but I'm going to put it out there too. I think we might see another one-on-one down the line at WrestleMania 35 between Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker. If he's going to come out of retirement,
I'm okay.
He said, if I was going to come out of retirement, or actually no, Undertaker said, if you were going to come out of retirement, it's going to be to face me.
Yeah. Look, you come for me. Not any of these other guys knocking at your door. You come for me.
So that remains to be seen. I think we have a strong possibility of Shawn Michaels being involved in the match in Melbourne, Australia.
It's possible.
Possibly as a special guest referee.
Or something. Who knows?
Or maybe even to cost The Undertaker the match.
Absolutely possible.
To set up a feud leading into WrestleMania 35.
That would be interesting.
And then perhaps one last time we'll see Shawn Michaels
Rest in peace.
Pretty good. So, to kind of take a little bit of a snap back into the current reality of professional wrestling.
Like one of those hats?
Yeah, sort of. A weird WWE booking decision.
I looked funny in those hats.
Me too. A weird WWE booking decision. We had the Authors of Pain going to take on a couple of local enhancement talent, and they were accompanied by Drake Maverick in full, like, Authors of Pain.
The general manager of 205 Live, the face general manager of 205 Live, is now your heel manager of the Authors of Pain.
Yeah, can't figure out why that is.
WWE had a night full of unexpecteds for us, and this was another one.
One of them. I mean, it's not as high up on the list, but it's definitely odd.
Yeah, we saw our local enhancement talent friend smack his head around a couple times.
Quite a few, yeah.
Get well soon, buddy, from that, those concussions.
That couldn't have been fun.
Nope.
So, good luck. But yeah, we have that, which is weird. I don't know why they're doing it, but also, can I just note how funny Drake Maverick looks with his little fancy hair and then his tiny self in this ridiculous Riot Squad gear? Not that Riot Squad, other Riot Squad
gear.
Speaking of Riot Squad, the Riot Squad faced the Bellas.
That was
Nikki Bella damn near killed herself twice.
No, Brie Bella.
Oh, Brie Bella, you're correct. I apologize. Sorry, Nikki, I didn't mean to insult you. Brie Bella damn near killed herself twice with a suicide dive.
If at first you don't succeed doing a suicide dive, tope suicidas probably are not for you.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, sorry, had to throw that one in there.
You know who should be the manager of Authors of Pain?
Paul Elric?
Well, I mean, besides that, yeah, that would make a little more sense. I think it should be Nigel McGuinness. I love Nigel McGuinness.
I don't.
Oh, look at me, I'm Nigel McGuinness.
I don't think that's a good
choice.
choice.
I'm a general manager. I mean, I'm an NXT commentator.
Yeah,
I'm Nigel McGuinness.
Don't think that would be.
And this is my friend Mauro Ranallo.
Nope, not gonna do it.
Nope,
not gonna do it. Good try. Any other weird...
Mamma mia!
Nope.
He said it.
I did not. I heard it. Any other weird things that we had going on Raw that we can think of? More surprising things. I think we hit like the big key ones there.
Well, the big dog came back and...
the Shield came back.
And
during our main event, which would be Braun Strowman facing Finn Balor, the Man. Or as they've been calling him...
Balor, the Man.
They've been calling him the extraordinary man who does extraordinary things.
Really?
Is that what they've... I believe that's what they've been calling him.
If they've been calling him that, I totally miss that and I'm a bad wrestling fan.
No, I'm pretty sure that's what they called him like 5 times on Raw.
I wouldn't be surprised.
The extraordinary man who does extraordinary things.
Wait, you just said the extraordinary man that does extraordinary things? I thought you said he was the ordinary man that does extraordinary.
No, he was the extraordinary man
who does ordinary things.
Who does extraordinary things.
So he's an extraordinary man, but he does ordinary things like goes grocery shopping, takes his dog for a walk, goes to the bathroom, and
I don't know.
Cordially flushes afterwards.
No, because he still does extraordinary things. So he He goes grocery shopping, but more extra.
Oh, so he does it faster than the average Joe.
I don't know.
He picks up his organic eggs in record time
He might, dude.
from the local corner store.
I have no idea. Maybe he crawls around the store just like the demon. Who knows what he does? But
No, he's the man, remember?
Oh,
He's
yeah.
not the demon.
got me beat on that one.
Let us know what extraordinary things Finn Balor does in the comment section below.
Yeah. Weird.
Come up with the most extraordinary, absurd things you can think of. I want to hear them.
Yeah. So anyway, the main event was Braun Strowman versus Finn Balor because even though Finn Balor asked for acting general manager Baron Corbin, he said he was far too busy to take a spot in this match, and he gave him Braun Strowman because Braun Strowman was looking for competition.
Yeah.
So that's what we got.
And Braun Strowman won.
Yes, he did.
Valiant
It was actually kind of a weird little finish to the match. I mean, it just kind of happened abruptly. I mean, it was the power slam, so I knew it was going to be over, but just the way it happened seemed a little odd. Like
It was a good match. It was a good little match. It was a
was.
valiant effort from Finn Balor. They didn't make him look like he got squashed,
right,
which
now
I
here's,
liked.
Here's actually something I like, because we've seen Finn Balor versus Braun Strowman a few times now, especially on Raw, and there were a couple times we saw it there back-to-back a couple of weeks. Like maybe a month or two ago. Yeah. And yeah, I liked this one because Finn's strategy was different. It wasn't trying to take out the legs or do any of that. He wanted to try and put him to sleep. He kept putting him in a sleeper hold. I thought that was different.
He did the stomp to the back of the head on the outside and stuff. So,
but I thought it was very creative to try and, instead of trying to take him out at the legs or try and outrun him, outpace him, to just try and literally take the air out of him. Yeah. I thought that was actually really smart. It was cool to watch.
And Corey Graves, I'm pretty sure, was the one that said if you can't breathe, you can't fight. So take the breath out of him.
Yeah, that's true.
And then after Finn Balor lost, they Ziggy Mac and Braun Strowman continued to beat down Finn Balor, and then we heard sirens.
Yeah, very similar to
like Scott Steiner's theme song.
Yeah,
I was waiting for a holler if you hear me,
but we didn't get that.
No, it was disappointing. I was really upset.
Yeah, but it kind of, those sirens went on for a while. It was a very awkward pause because they had to actually like stop beating up Finn Balor, and they got themselves back in the ring. Like they retreated into the ring for some reason, and they still showed them in the ring before the cop car was even fully out.
Ambulance.
It was like a paddy wagon.
It was, I guess.
It was like a paddy wagon, and eventually it got into the arena.
Knick-knack, paddy wagon, give the big dog a bone.
Yeah, which apparently they stole because Roman Reigns was driving it.
Even though they had been released, they had been fingerprinted, arraigned.
Yeah, they appeared
they appeared in front of a drug.
They appeared in front of a drug?
A judge.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Roman Reigns. I'm thinking drugs. You know,
that's
that whole thing.
News,
so
old news.
But I'm thinking that. So they appeared in front of a judge. They were arraigned, and then they decided to go steal a police vehicle. So they're probably arrested again.
Yeah.
So,
but
this time without bail.
Yeah. For some reason, Roman Reigns was driving it. He got out, and then he released his other.
Yeah, friends. He opened the back and was like, "Oh, my friends!"
Yeah. Yes, he did. Because Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose would get out, and they would go down to try and attack. They circled the ring, like, they do, because they're the Shield. And, man.
No, they didn't even get down that far.
Didn't they? I thought they did.
No,
well, they were attacked by, like,
were on their way down, and then all of the heels.
Every heel on the roster. And, I mean, Drew Gulak included. Like, Drew Gulak.
He was right up front.
Yeah, from 205 Live.
Front
he was
and center,
out.
bro.
Dude, he was beating the crap out of Roman.
Yep.
He was right on the big dog.
Take that, pal.
Yeah. Shakara strong, brother.
Okay.
Don't know why I said that.
Yeah, because you wrestled for Shakara so many times.
No, but props to Drew Gulak for doing it. So there's that.
Props to Shakara.
Yeah. But yeah, they really, every heel on the roster took out the Shield, which left Braun Strowman and Ziggy Mac looking strong at the end.
And then they did the Raw! And all of them did it, including Ziggler, which is the funniest looking thing ever.
It was really funny.
Ziggler yelling like that with his arms up in the air like he's a huge dude like the other two is just funny.
It was pretty funny. But it was a good Raw. It really was. Again, if you guys didn't watch Raw, go back and watch it because it was worth it. Every minute of it was
You missed it. You missed it if you didn't watch it. It was, like he said, really, really, really good.
Yeah, I said that. You're right. I did.
He said it was really good.
I did. So let's let's take a step away from the WWE world, which
What?
we don't do often.
What?
Here.
We're going to take a step away from the WWE world,
I
Travis?
know, we are. It's a very strange bubble that we have been captured into, but we are going to break that bubble tonight, and we are going to talk a little bit about All In.
Ooh, and Cody Rhodes and the American Nightmare Cody and the
say
Young
Rhodes.
Bucks.
Actually, is he okay with Rhodes again? I'm not sure.
I don't know. They called him Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, I don't
at
know.
The event, but
Whatever.
yeah, the American Nightmare and the Young Bucks put on a hell of a show.
They really did. And we're not saying from a performance standpoint. We're saying from a booking standpoint, a producing standpoint.
Yeah.
They really did a great job with this event. And it was not something for everyone, but it was something...
Certainly not for Jim Cornette.
Yeah, certainly not for Jim Cornette. Probably not for some kids under the age of 12 either. There was...
Josiah, don't be watching that.
Yeah, probably don't watch All In, pal. But it was a really good show, and there's some things about indie wrestling like this that I don't know a whole lot about. I don't know a whole lot of the guys, but we paid the money, we watched the show, and we enjoyed ourselves as wrestling fans, especially with some of the guys who we did know.
Mm-hmm.
Like we know, John probably a little more familiar than myself. I don't know a whole lot about Kenny Omega. But
Yep.
I've seen one or two of his matches, and I know the hype behind Kenny Omega. I read a lot about Kenny Omega. So to watch him go at it with who the hell was that? Am I forgetting already? Oh, with Pentagon. Sorry.
Yeah.
With, Pentagon Jr. Pentagon Dark from Lucha Underground, whatever. Pentagon.
Pentagon El Cerro Miedo.
Yeah. Zero scares.
Zero scared, yes.
Zero scared. So that was actually a good match. I know a little bit more about Pentagon than I do Kenny Omega.
Those guys
John.
killed each other.
They really
They
did.
killed each other.
They
I
really
mean, I
did.
thought somebody was going to walk away with
Some was-
walk away with a broken neck.
Yeah. Yeah, they were not.
They were not going to walk away with a broken neck.
They were going to lay on a stretcher with a broken neck. But like the pile drivers they were given, those were harsh. Even the one Kenny took on the apron was harsh. Everything,
It was
but the
a
match
really,
was great.
really great match.
Yeah, very well paced. And then we even had a surprise appearance at the end of that match after Kenny Omega picked up the victory off of the One-Winged Angel.
Oh, yeah. It went dark in
It
the
went
arena.
dark. And Pentagon, when the lights came back up, what appeared to be Pentagon
It was all the same. Everything was the same.
Yeah.
Pentagon was still there.
Yeah, he was getting up, and he started attacking Kenny Omega after the match. And come to find out, he'd run and give him a code breaker.
Yeah, and his tattoos changed.
Yeah, his tattoos changed. And Pentagon took off his mask.
And it was Chris Jericho! Oh, boy!
We've been making a joke for years that
We have.
so-and-so took off his mask, and it was Chris Jericho.
It kind of started out like the Scooby-Doo thing. They take off the bad guy's mask, and oh, boy, it's Chris Jericho! And then...
But here we are in real life, and it happened.
So Pentagon Jr. took off his Pentagon Jr. mask, and it was Chris Jericho.
And it's funny because this is another... He was able to promote his upcoming cruise, which is another pretty much self-funded, self-run, independent wrestling deal. I mean, it's a whole cruise based around...
Music and wrestling.
Yeah, like Ring of Honor, New Japan, these kind of guys are going to be involved, all kinds of independent stars.
And Jericho's facing Kenny Omega again on the cruise.
On the cruise. So
get your tickets for the Jericho Cruise if you haven't already. It's coming up very soon.
yeah, seriously.
I can't afford to go, otherwise I'd be there.
Me too. But if you guys need any video production or photography, I know a guy who does that. His name's Travis. You can give me a call. Yeah.
Nice.
I am Jericho, at I am Jericho on Twitter. How you doing, pal? I work with other
Keep
bands,
up
let me
that
know.
crap. Keep that up.
Sorry.
All right. You just made the list!
Yeah, I probably did. But what else did we have on the show? We had a really good Chicago street fight.
Yeah.
I can't even remember those guys' names.
Oh, my God.
One dude looked like Brian Pillman,
Yeah.
and
Wow, we have no business talking about this show.
but it was good.
It was really good.
Like, seriously, it doesn't matter if I know the guys or not.
Hangman Page and
Yes.
the other guy.
The other guy. It was a really good match. The whole show was really good.
There was a lot of funny stuff in this.
Yeah, especially-
apparently there's a lot of stuff that was going on in Being the Elite.
Yeah, with the death of Joey Ryan. You know Joey Ryan. He slings people around with his phallus.
There's a pecker.
His phallus. And there were a lot of phallus.
He does that.
Phalluses. Phalluses.
At the end of the match, after Hangman Page picked up the victory, after using the telephone that he killed Joey Ryan with,
Apparently.
he picked up the victory, and then the lights went out, and we thought Here it is. Here's CM Punk.
It's not quite what we thought.
No, it wasn't.
But we heard some very ominous music and ominous voices, similar to Druids when The Undertaker would come out. And we would get Druids.
We got phallic druids.
Yes, we did. They were men dressed in inflatable penis costumes who made their way down the ramp.
Josiah, if you're still watching, turn it off.
And then Joey Ryan would make his entrance through these penises.
He would sleazeball that he is.
Then use his penis to swing around Hangman Page. Yep. And then Hangman Page would then be carried out by the men dressed as inflatable penises.
I know this isn't everybody's cup of tea.
I understand that. I absolutely do.
What would Jim Cornette have said about this, Trav?
Ah, for fuck's sake! Listen, this whole penis bullshit, a penis is not a wrestler. A wrestler is a man who goes in there and does his business like a man. A man does not go in there and grab someone else's penis and then get flipped around by a penis. It's a penis. For fuck's sake.
Pretty good.
What do you have to say about that, Jim?
For fuck's sake, Travis, you're imitating me. Thank you. Fuck you. Bye.
Oh. Sorry. Didn't mean to offend Jim Cornette.
Well, all right then.
We also had Cody Rhodes, who picked up the NWA World Heavyweight Championship, which is very impressive for Cody Rhodes. It's a lineage that has been going on forever with this championship belt, and now a title that his father has had and has been a very prestigious belt in the wrestling business. Cody Rhodes now has.
Yeah,
so
very,
that's pretty
very
special.
cool moment.
Booked himself to win, just like his daddy.
The match itself wasn't that anything that special.
No, you know what's funny is it would have been had we understood more of it. And I've been reading about it, and there's a lot of story behind it that was built into it that played into the match.
It was worth it.
I didn't realize.
It was worth it for the moment, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
The moment was
absolutely
worth it.
I agree.
We also had a sort of rushed main event, 6-man tag.
Yeah.
We had El Bandito teaming up with Rey Mysterio Jr. and Rey Fenix,
Yes.
taking on the
Young Bucks.
The Young Bucks and their tag team partner,
Kota
Ibushi.
Yes, Ibushi. The little Justin Bieber
shining star
looking fella. Yeah, it was a good match. It was just really quick.
The shining star of
I wish I could
Japan.
have gotten more. I also do want to mention the Young Bucks, and they picked up the victory with the
Meltzer driver,
5-star Meltzer driver, or whatever it was. But I do want to go back. We did get Marty Scurll versus Okada, which I don't know much about either of these guys. And the match started out.
I know a little more than him.
He does. The match started out really slow, but as the match went on, damn was I impressed. It was a really good just wrestling match.
You actually started to see what some of the hype about New Japan is.
Yeah, I suppose.
You get it.
I mean, it's not that I didn't get it. I don't get like the station, so I don't watch it.
Right.
And I don't pay for the streaming, so I don't want to illegally do it.
Apparently, I'm going to have to subscribe to New Japan World so Travis and I can start watching the New Japan shows and covering those too. So that way, if you guys want to hear what our thoughts are,
maybe we'll have to start doing another show every week.
Possibly.
Great. But, yeah, All In was great. They are going to be showing replays, I'm sure, for quite a while now.
Flip Gordon got a Ring of Honor title shot.
Title shot, yeah. By winning the Over the Budget Battle Royal, I believe it was called.
The over budget Battle Royal. We thought we didn't see this, but I heard about it, read about it afterwards. Apparently what happened was Bully Ray
came down.
won.
Right.
No, Bully Ray won. And then,
Yes.
but the masked wrestler came back in, and he was still in, eliminated Bully Ray.
And it was Flip Gordon.
It was Flip Gordon. It was not Chris Jericho.
Yeah. But
So he took off his Flip Gordon mask, and he was Flip Gordon.
yeah, which makes sense.
It wasn't a Flip Gordon mask.
But yeah,
Bully Ray came out and tried to beat up, or did he beat up Flip Gordon? I don't know.
yeah, he beat him up with the chain.
Yeah, he beat up Flip Gordon.
Yeah. And then he got put through a table. He got triple power bombed through a table. Yeah. So, but yeah, seriously, go back, watch All In. There are replays going to be everywhere. I'm sure it's online, multiple different places. But if you can pay the money to pay the money, yeah, of course.
If you can pay the money,
if you can afford,
Bully Ray really looked upset about having to get his own table.
He did. But if you can afford to pay the money to watch it, please do. It's helping them out, and they did a hell of a job. I'm excited for the next time they do it.
That's true, and if you can afford to pay the money for that, you can afford to buy one of our T-shirts.
It's absolutely
which you
true.
can find in the link below.
Yes, compared to the price for All In, our T-shirts are 50% off, or you can buy 2 for the same price as All In.
That's true, and you can look at them right in the corners, right here and here. Right
Yeah.
here. Boop, boop,
So,
boop.
with all that said, too, you can follow us on social media at IAW Wrestling on Instagram and Twitter, or on Facebook.com/it'sawork.
Why don't you finish the video?
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that little bell icon so you get notified every time we upload a new video, like the one that's sort of pointing at me that we'll be filming tomorrow.
Yes, we will.
Dang it.
This has been your champion, Johnny Illuminati, or Johnny Worker, John, whatever you want to call me.
I'm Travis.
We will see you tomorrow.